the donation process, most people would think that we still stab at their spine and then take out bone marrow, and it's going to be really hurtful. They're going to be lying on the bed, they cannot move, which is not true. So we want to educate them the right donation process. And there are two types of donation process. If they come out as a perfect match, so what we are doing at the drive is just step 1, which is filling up a consent form and do a cheek swab. Then we put them in the database. If they come out as a match with our patients, they are a potential match at this moment. So we will call them and ask them to go through a blood test to see if they are a perfect match. Only a perfect match will do the donation process, and it could be one of these two donation process. The most common donation process is peripheral blood stem cells donation. It's called 干细胞捐赠. 75% of the donors actually would do this donation process. So what they do is they inject filgrastim 5 days before the donation process they inject filgrastim in your body. It's just to increase the stem cells in your body so that you could have enough stem cells for your patients. So after 5 days of injection, they hook up a tube on one of your arm, and then they take out your blood, and it goes through a machine. In the machine, they take out your stem cells, and the remaining blood without your stem cells will flow back to your body. So for this donation process, donors will complain they have insomnia, they have flu-like symptoms, so it's just like they have a little headache, they're gonna get sick, and basically they're just really tired and they just need to rest. It could last for a day or two. Usually after the donation process, they will feel better. This is the side effects for filgrastim, but after the donation process, they will feel fine. Any questions regarding this donation process?
Hello. 这个有没有年龄限制? Like, what's the age limit? Like, you cannot do it older than 40 years old or something like that? Any age limitation?
Okay, so to register, we can only register people between 18 to 44 years old. But people will be in the registry until they turn 61 years old. So when a patient found a donor, usually for minorities, they only found one. But let's say if they found 3 donors, they will pick the younger donors first. So for example, if Alex has 2 donors, one is 20 years old and one is 50 years old, so the doctor will pick the 20 years old instead of the 50 years old. Unless if Alex only have 1 donor and the donor is 50 years old, then they will ask the 50 years old donor to donate to Alex.
Okay. So let's say if a person is very interested in doing the registry, but he's older than 44, so is there any way they could register, or we could just say no to them, say sorry, we couldn't take your registry?
Okay, so at your registration drive, you cannot register him, but if he is still very interested, he has to go to beatthematch.org, and then he has to pay $100 to register himself.
Okay.
Yeah, most people wouldn't like it. Also, may I ask how old is he? Because if he's over 60 years old, then he cannot register at all.
No, I mean, like for myself, I'm 47, so like 3 years older than the So I mean, there are a few of us still. I mean, like 40s, 50s, yeah. Well, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can help to promote and spread the awareness.
Right.
Usually they won't pick people over 45 to donate to the patients. They are looking for
provide higher survival rate for leukemia patients. So that's not okay. If there's no any questions regarding the most common donation process, I move to the least common donation process, which is marrow collection. So with marrow collection, they do it they put it in bleed, and then with anesthesia,
就啊，要进到那个 group 去，
3% of the marrow from your hip bone,
我看到你
from your spine.
不要看我，要看那个 group。
After the donation process,
Can get in there. Okay, I'll try.
Okay, yeah, I'll try again.
What we ask donors not to do is don't do heavy lifting, or actually don't exercise for like a week of time. But they should be fine after a week. The donors will last about a week of time. And both of the donation process, they don't have to be in a hospital for like 3 months or 2 months. I'm not sure about the New York hospital.
Excuse me. Hello, this is Roger. I think Joe fell out of the group. How do we get him back online?
Oh, okay. Joe is...
Yeah, the one with the triangle on the left.
Oh, okay. I didn't... He didn't...
He's still on.
He's still on.
Joe, can you hear us?
He's just keeping quiet.
Joe,
Yeah,
can you hear us?
Okay.
Yeah. I try to get into the video call, but I cannot get in.
Okay, then put him on hang up, and then remove him and add him back again. Then
Yeah, he
yeah,
can
hang up, and then hang up, and then add him back.
Okay. And then can you add him back?
You could, right? You initiate a group call.
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Respect,
yeah, yeah.
Okay. 对，救叔叔。
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, so for the marrow collection, I'm not sure about the New York's hospital, but for donors who they do their donation process in their local hospital, and then the transplant team will take his marrow or stem cells and travel to the patient's hospital to to transplant it on them. So with Bay Area Hospital, most donors actually go home on the same day after the donation process. Only a few stay like one night if they really want to. Like they don't have family at home, they just want to stay at the hospital for one more night, then the hospital will allow them to. And people will ask, so do they have to pay for this donation process? They don't have to pay. Everything will be covered by patient's insurance. So any questions regarding the donation process?
I'm sorry.
You said the patient insurance is the medical insurance the patient bought themselves?
Yeah, because the insurance, they bought this insurance.
I'm sorry, are you talking about the donor or the recipient?
Recipient. So sometimes donors will ask like, who is going to pay for my travel expenses to the hospital? Who is going to pay for the donation procedure? Let them know it is the recipient insurance that will cover them.
Okay, understood.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so people will ask when they will do marrow collection and when they will do PBSC. So for marrow collection, basically it's when they are a match with a children that has leukemia. So they will do the marrow collection. Otherwise, if they are matched with adult leukemia patients, they will do PBSC.
Fion, I saw it on Tzu Ji's bone marrow bank. They said in 2014, 98% of their donation are stem cells. Only like 2 or 3% is marrow donation. Is it because of the progress of the techniques, or is it because there simply were less kids?
There are actually very little kids that have leukemia compared to adults. So that's why stem cell donation process is the most common donation process right now. From my understanding, because a lot of donors, when they was told that they are doing marrow collections, they actually don't want to do the donation process. So we have patients who is like 8 years old, but his donor is doing PBSC to donate to him too. So they are trying to lessen the donation process for marrow collection, but do more on the stem cells. But in any case, for example, a baby are born with leukemia, he definitely need a marrow compared to stem cells. So it has to base on the situation too. So do we have other questions regarding the donation process? No?
No.
Okay, then we will move on. I can skip this part. Okay, so let's talk about filling out forms. Like I say, we just need to make sure they are between 18 to 44 years old and they don't have any major health concerns like heart attack, hepatitis B. If they are okay with, they don't have any health concerns and they are okay with everything and donation process, we give them a form to fill out. So it has 3 pages at the form. It starts from the second page that they have to fill out. So basically, I have attached a couple of sample forms in the boxes that I've sent to Roger. But it's good that we practice and know what is needed and what's not needed in the form. So on the second page, they basically need everything besides their driver's license. We don't need their driver's license. And I'll go to start with email address. If we have a school or university drive, they cannot put their school email. It's because students won't check their school email after they graduate. And they will be registered until 61 years old as well. So we mainly want their Gmail or Yahoo account, their major email instead of their school email. And we cannot take PO box or dorm address as current mailing address, but it is exceptional for international students if they only live in dorm. If they only live in dorm, they can put their permanent address, and the address actually can be somewhere from China or Taiwan. As long as there's one address is US address, the permanent or home address can be an overseas address. And for social security number, it is extremely sensitive, especially asking people to fill out their social security number. But we can let them know that we need their social security number is because they will be registered until 61 years old. And throughout this time, they might change their email, they might change their phone number. And if we cannot get a hold of them within 2 weeks of time, after trying out many ways to get a hold of them and informing them that they are a match, then we will access their basic information from their social security number and to get a hold of them. But if they are not willing to fill it out, that is okay. So if they fill out social security number, they put one contact person on the 3rd page. If they don't fill out their social security number, they put 2 contact person on the 3rd page. And for all the phone numbers within the donors, the first contact and second contact, it has to be different phone numbers. So I usually let people know that I want their cell phone numbers instead of home telephone number. And it can be someone that lives with them at the same address as long as they fill out their cell phone number. And we don't need their full address or email, their contact person's email address or full address. All we need is CCD and state. If they are international students and they cannot provide 2 contact person, they don't even have social security number, just let them know first contact person definitely have to be a US number, but a second contact person can be an international phone number. So this is after the Long Island, I think it's Stony Brook Drive, I realized that many students don't provide their social, but they provide one contact person only. So if they don't provide social, they have to put 2 contact person. And we won't contact their contact person to ask them to register as a bone marrow donor or anything. It's just when they come out as a match and we cannot get a hold of them, then we start contacting their contact person to get a hold of them. So any questions for this one?
International students, so they don't allow them, they don't even have social security number.
That's okay. Just provide 2 contact persons.
有任何问题吗？
没有，谢谢。
没有，
好，
没有 social security 就一个 contact person 就可以这样。
如果有放 social 的话，就放1个联系人；如果没有放 social 的话，要放2个联系人。然后呢，他可以一个联系人一定要在美国，但是第2个联系人如果是说他有那个国际的，好像在中国或者是台湾有什么电话号码可以联络的话，那他可以放国际的电话号码，但是一定要有1个是要在美国。
OK， 会 ，OK。
Ideally, we should always get 2 contact persons, so it's easier for them to find the donor.
Yes.
OK， yeah，
Yes. Ideally, 2 contact person, regardless if they fill out social or don't fill out social. So we don't force them to fill out social. If they are not willing to fill out, that's okay, but it has to be 2 contact person if they don't have social. Okay? Then we move on to the 3rd page. The 4th page, sorry, is the medical evaluation. So they need to fill out height and weight and answer questions 1 to 9. So a lot of people, they always do like questions 1 to 3 only, and they don't do questions 4 to 9. So we need them to fill out all of the questions 1 to 9, check yes or no. And then if they check yes at any questions, they will have to explain it at this column about their medical concern. And then you'll send it back to me. I'll check if their medical health issues allowed them to register. And then when they are done, make sure they turn to the back of the page and sign and print their name. Okay, is there any questions for this one?
Fion, in your prior slide, you showed a slide with health guidelines. Is it everything pretty much overlapping with page 4? Yeah, that's it.
This one, right?
Yeah, does page 4 covers everything on that slide?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, before people fill out the form, you need to ask them if they don't have any health concerns right here.
Okay.
If they have something like heart attack or HIV, hepatitis B, then we cannot register them. But if you are not sure what's the condition, please have them to register and fill out that condition at the 4th page. I will definitely check it out for them and then see if they're eligible to register.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I just want to stress that it is very important to fill out 2 contact person because most of the forms that we got, people don't fill out their contact person. But otherwise, everything is okay. And when you're done filling out the form, you let them to swab their mouth. So I'm gonna stop sharing screen, and then you will see like the swabbing kit. Okay. So when they are done filling out this form, you give them a swab, and then this is the swab envelope. So inside the swab envelope has 3 things. The first thing you have to do is get the sticker, and then with the sticker, you put the long sticker. You put the sticker on the first page, and the other sticker on the second page besides race and ethnicity. When you're done, the sticker you can put it inside the form and then just clip it with the form. After that, this is the registration card. So they keep the registration card. I know that Roger, I've sent you the Spanish and Chinese one. So I've labeled it too. If they fill out a Chinese form, then give them a Chinese kit. So with a Chinese registration card. And the Spanish one is the same too. So you give them the card and have them to keep in and let them know that they will be getting a call asking them if they are a match. Are they willing to donate to someone that they don't know? We'll appreciate if they say yes, very willing to. This is the call that Be the Match recently implemented. It's just to make sure that people that we register are committed into the cause. If they answer all no, they probably give them an option if they want to opt out or not register themselves. So we want to make sure people know and are aware that they are registering and will be in the database. And then once they're done, there are 4 Q-tips right here. So they swab 4 corners of their mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 Q-tip goes to 1 corner only. Brush for 10 seconds. And then when they are done, they put in between this foam. And then you just close it up and put everything back into this envelope. So any questions so far? Oh, and I know that with Tzu Long Island, you guys actually also put the form into this envelope. That's totally fine with me. Okay, and then I am done with my